Planet Dolan.
As much as you may love your parents, there's a universal truth surrounding them. Parents lie to their kids. They might be doing it for fun, or they might have decided that the lie was easier to explain than the truth. But regardless of why they did it, here are 10 of the myths your parents probably told you as a kid. Hey there, I'm Hellbent. I'm here to learn you suspiciously amazing facts that I didn't just make up. Number 10. They love you. Oh wait, that's not what it says. If you've ever sat down on the floor a few feet away from the TV while watching something, you've probably heard someone tell you to scoot back so you don't ruin your eyes. It turns out there's no evidence at all to support the claim that sitting close to the TV is bad for your eyes. In fact, if anything, the opposite may be true. Kids seem to be better able to focus their vision when they're closer to what they're looking at. It's older people who should sit back. With that said, if they insist on sitting close to the screen, it might be because they can't see well enough when they sit back, which could be an early sign of nearsightedness. Number 9. Here's the deal with swallowing gum. It's true your body can't really break it down to digest it. It has no nutritional value and your body gets nothing out of it. But that doesn't mean that your digestive system is completely helpless to do anything about it. Your stomach is very good at breaking down food for nutrients and pushing along everything else. If you swallow gum or anything else non-lethal that your body can't break down, it'll just get passed along through your intestines and out in your poop. Just like everything else, assuming it doesn't have hooks or magnets or anything that would kill you otherwise. Lethal items aside, gum doesn't take any longer to process than anything else. Just don't eat a whole pack of it. Number 8. Remember this one. If you don't wait 30 to 60 minutes to go back into the water after eating, you'll get a leg cramp and drown! Not true. There's never been a documented case of this happening, and doctors say there's no reason why it would. Now, you might end up with a stomach cramp if you undergo too much strenuous activity after a meal. That can make you nauseous, but that's not unique to swimming. That can just as easily happen if you're running or riding a bike or playing grab ass. Number 7. This is one of the more common ones and one of the easiest to disprove. You probably didn't even fall for it as a kid. But just in case you did and were still wondering, no. You can make all the funny faces you want and your face won't stick that way. Your skin has this pretty cool elastic quality where you can stretch it out and it goes back to normal afterwards. It's even stronger when you're young. Number 6. The claim is basically that if you have wet hair and you go outside when the temperature is low, you're more likely to catch a cold. That's kinda true, but mostly not true at all. What's not true is that it has absolutely nothing to do with your hair. If you do go out with wet hair, it might freeze and then feel weird for a while, and that's about it. It doesn't raise your chances of getting sick at all. However, cold weather itself does increase your chances of getting sick. Most common colds are a variation of rhinovirus, which thrives in cold temperatures and is more easily transmitted from person to person via cold air. Number 5. Quick disclaimer on this one. Nobody's saying that a 6-year-old kid needs a caramel mochaccino. We have enough caffeine and sugar in our lives as it is. But studies came up consistently negative trying to find a link between coffee or caffeine consumption in kids and their size as adults. There's no correlation there whatsoever. Number 4. This is probably one where we'd all be better off if people did believe it. But no, there's no pool chemical that turns the water a special color when you pee in it. The chemical is theoretically possible, it's just not being used, and it's definitely not in general circulation. That being said, don't pee in the pool, don't be that person. People still know what it means when the water around you gets really warm all of a sudden. Stop! Number 3. Much like sitting too close to the TV, reading in the dark doesn't do any long-term damage to your eyes. At least not technically. If you feel like your eyes are straining, you should probably stop. But doesn't that apply to everything? If you're reading in low light and you feel fine, then you are fine. You don't have to worry about building some long-term negative effects on your vision. The worst you might have to worry about is a minor headache. Number 2. Here's another one only the dumb kids fell for. If you've ever eaten a watermelon, there's a strong chance you've swallowed a seed or two. Your parents probably thought it would be really funny to see the dumb look on your face when they told you a watermelon plant would grow inside of you. But we should all know better than that. Plants need soil, nutrients, and water with a balanced pH level to grow. Your stomach only offers acid designed specifically to kill everything. Not an ideal place for a garden. Number 1. In this case, your parents lied for one of two reasons. Either they also believed this lie and didn't know any better, or they just wanted you to stop cracking your knuckles. The truth is, popping your joints probably annoys the people around you, but that's about the limit of their negative effects. Long-term studies, some of which took place over several decades, have found no link whatsoever between painlessly popping your knuckles and joint health in later life. That's true of all your joints, your neck, knuckles, knees, toes, back, or whatever else. That being said, if it does hurt consistently, then stop doing it and go get it checked out! You might actually have a problem with that joint for some other reason! If something hurts, just don't do it! This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.